Basketball legend John Wooden once said, "A good coach can change a game, but a great coach can change a life." Mike Thibault certainly embodies this message, but simply calling him a coach does not adequately encompass the many stops along the path of Mike's incredible basketball life and the impact he has had on the game. Mike would describe himself as a mediocre athlete during his time as a student at Bellarmine. In fact, he got cut from the basketball team in his junior year. An ankle injury in his senior season kept him off the court yet again, but the need for a freshman coach drew him back to the program. And so the long and decorated coaching career of Mike Thibault began when he was still a teenager.
Well, Mike as a coach is certainly extraordinary. And what made him great, he's a great teacher of the game. And he was just, was able to get the players in tuned in a very short period of time.
After Bellarmine, Mike went on to coach several teams at the high school and college level, including his alma mater of St. Martin's University. Eventually, he was recruited to be a scout for the Los Angeles Lakers under Hall of Famer Jerry West. So began a career in professional basketball that led Mike all over the globe, crossing paths with some of the greatest players and working with some of the most brilliant minds in the history of the sport. He was promoted to Director of Player Personnel in 1979, the same year the Lakers drafted a young Magic Johnson. Over the next 4 seasons in LA, Mike collected a pair of NBA championship rings. Then in 1982, he joined the Chicago Bulls as an assistant coach and the director of player personnel, just in time for the arrival of another basketball phenom by the name of Michael Jordan. After 4 years in Chicago, Mike decided to take on a head coach position, and he spent the next 8 seasons at the helm of the Omaha Racers of the Continental Basketball Association.
And I'll say this about Mike, he was an innovative coach. He was always thinking about what if. What if we did this? What if we did that? I remember when he was a scout with us in Seattle, now a play that everybody uses is called the angle pick and roll. Well, he was an innovator and say, what if we set this screen as an angle? And now everybody runs it.
He returned to the NBA for a stint as an assistant with the Milwaukee Bucks, and then in 2003, he chose to take his wealth of experience to the women's game and was hired as head coach of the WNBA's Connecticut Sun. Over the next 20 years, Mike made an indelible impact on professional women's basketball, serving as a mentor for countless players and coaches. He spent 10 seasons with the Sun, followed by 10 more with the Washington Mystics. In 2019, he led the Mystics to their first ever WNBA championship.
Mike Thibault had a huge impact in the WNBA, first with his time at coaching the Connecticut Sun, then with his time becoming a championship coach with the Washington Mystics, and now as a GM for that same Mystics franchise. People love playing for him. He brought a different kind of style and a way about him with all of his experience in men's professional basketball, bringing that to the women's game. A person who cared for us on the court, but also off the court.
And that's the beauty of Mike's coaching style, bringing together individual talents to succeed as one.
His role in my career, he helped me become a champion. I'd like to think we both helped each other, but he certainly helped me so much to grow as a player and a person. But the player side, he taught me how to play without the ball. Like, there's so many moments in a game where you don't have the ball, and I was always a scorer, ball in hand, all that. And he taught me selfless basketball. And then, again, the importance of family first and creating a culture that you want to come and show up to work.
Team USA has also benefited from Mike's wisdom and creativity over the last 3 decades. He remains the only coach to win international gold medals in both men's and women's basketball.
Mike's role was just not as a coach in X's and O's and all the things that go on the court. He was very much about things off the court, always encouraging of his players to get involved in their community.
For Mike, basketball and family have always been tied together. He retired from coaching in 2022 with the most victories in the history of the WNBA. And he handed the head coach reins over to his son, Eric. On and off the court, Mike continues to live by lessons he learned as a child from his parents and during his time at Bellarmine. Conduct your life by treating people well and doing the right thing.
He's always supported us to use our voices and to speak out about anything that we're passionate about, and he's always had our back in those moments, even if they're not popular things that people, want to talk about, or if they're tough discussions. He says, own it, and we've got your back.
To me, what makes him more of a Hall of Fame coach, or really he's a Hall of Fame person, is the commitment and love he has for his family.